Running very, very slow. I don't know why it's showing this. I think I'm under the somehow I feel I'm under the wrong. Am I under the right name? Yeah, I'm under the right name here. Okay. Wasn't sure if anybody would be here. And it serves very little purpose for me to be here, but I'm here anyways. So whatever I get done, okay. Somehow, wow, it says 4 people. That's like magic. Just, you know what? Every single time that I'm ready, no one's here. And I have the flow up here. And then somebody shows up and it's like I'm way out of sync, like I'm trying to perform because I'm never sure, right? And I shouldn't have this in my head because I'm pretty fluid in this after 18 years. I really believe my capabilities, right? And my capabilities have only come because of the basics of school. From growing up until you're about the age of 13, when you reach high school, right, between the summer of the 6th and the 7th grade, when it becomes the day of rest, because you can't be created until you can create yourself. Although you are born, you don't speak, you don't walk, you don't go to the bathroom. When are you in full formation? Is it in Little League? Did you come into the preliminaries where we had the qualifying rounds between 2 divisions, between the North and the South, between the East and the West, East, West, North, and South, or 2 Easts and 2 Wests, or maybe the Central? So we had 8 and 8 teams, and all of a sudden, boom, these 4 teams played, these 4 teams and these 4 teams played each other, and then there were 4. They started as 8, and then they were 4, and then they were 4. And now with these teams here, we enter into the qualifiers. And when the qualifier ends, there'll only be 2 teams left in each. And when that ends, the qualifiers, we're into the finals. So when it ends, it's an equation. It's an understanding of something. There are so many. I'm not sure where I should get this. Should I get this from how we align in English class? Should I get this how we align in math and French? What class is the alignment? Is it science, biology? Should I know about electrons and hydrogen and what position they are and what number they are? And then it's the finals. So you have one winner collecting the gold. The loser in the final round, whether it's one game or a series of 5, doesn't mean they're going to play all 5. It'll be the best of 5. All you need to do is win 3. So we have to understand 3 and 2. Now, what happens that the silver lost one series? Both teams have something in common. Both gold and silver have something in common. they both defeated the bronze. How is that possible? Well, two different divisions, two teams left over. I defeat this one, you defeat that one. We play each other. We both defeated the bronze level, the third and the third team. There were 4 teams going into the end. There were 4 teams. So when you're at 4, you can create a window. That would be Mars. When we get down to 1 winner, now we have Earth. Earth, 33. Mars, 22. 3 times 3, 2 times 2, 9 and 4, ID. In French, they would say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But Saturday and Sunday end with DI and begin with DI. It's IDDI 9449989. In the center of a piece of work that I was working on, it's 898, because in the heavens I am born. So I made this piece here that I shared in my introduction, right? So you both played bronze. Now bronze is number 80. Now they have something in common. Bronze, silver, and gold have a few things in common for a child. I didn't go to school to learn this, and if you're here and you know about this, you can bring it up, what else they have in common. But for me, for a kid that doesn't know anything, I do know this. And I'm going to write it out here. First, I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to write it. The numeric value for gold is 38. Gold played silver, and both gold and silver played bronze. Silver is number 85. It's also the numeric value for matrix. Matrix, metric, Rubik's, all ending with 9, IX. 24 minus 9. 24 minus 9 equals to 15. The numeric value for bronze is 80. So each one has an 8 in it. So we're going to do this small equation right now. It's going to be gold, 38. It's going to be silver, 85. And it's going to be bronze, in which there's going to be 1 gold, 2 silvers, and there's going to be, sorry, I got that wrong, 1 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. 38, 85, and 160. Well, I have 2 bronze, so I need 160. Right? Because before they got into this round, there were 4 teams. This is who they were all. They were runner-up, and they were in the teach world. Or how about the teacher? Where do I get this from? Well, when you get to first, and you get to next is going to be second, and then you end up in third. But there's also a fourth, and the fourth is everybody is in. Everybody's in the fourth at the semifinal. When there's 4 teams left, semi-truck, semi-final. I'm going to look at this. This also tells me about 5. Looks like the E world, Finn. That's what it means. Maybe you want to talk about Finland. Maybe you want to talk about a fin, a guidance on a fish, right? You want to talk about mise is to wager. We can look at a lot of things, but to note that it's first, second, third, and fourth runs over to 20th. TIETH, 20th, right? Like F, that's coming right now. So we have all these, so they're all in fourth, then they get, now with T and H, because I look at it as the T letter, filtering the bag or setting up the T. Filtering the bag, setting up the T. If the game of golf was only played with holes and ones, right, we would get 18, and those holes and ones would be birdie. It would also, the hole-in-one would be eagle. It would also be a double eagle to the hole-in-ones. And then there was one other name I don't remember, but I'm going to explain to you why. Because if you hit the ball and it goes right into the hole, it's a hole-in-one. And usually in golf, there's a par 3, a par 4, and a par 5. So if you are going to get a hole-in-one, you're usually going to hit it with an eagle. There is no par 2 in golf. It's 3, 4, and 5. So you're going to get it with an eagle. And the other one, I forget what bird it is, but they're all birds. And in the word teach, you have the H letter, right? So it's the H letter. So we have H and we have T, so we have teach. And then from 4th over to 20th. So we have 8 in every single one over here, where what's not there is 3, 5, and 0, but the 0 can be replaced with a 9 or a 6. And then it's going to finish off with a 6. The numeric value for 0, okay, is 6. But when 0 remains 0, what would happen is if you would go 5 and 9, or 4 and 9, or any number with 9, this one, okay, will equal to 14. This one will equal to 13. 1 plus 3 is 5. 1 plus 3 is 4. It returns back to the number it's with. So when I use 0, I also use it in that understanding. At the same time, right, this is something that I'm not finite on exactly explaining, and it's all about number 5, that 20%, right, of plus or minus 5 is going to equal to 1. 20% of 5 is 1, minus and plus 1. So it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Or we can look at it, the Roman numerals, this way. And if you want to look at it, we're going to look at it as the Fed. EF 11, DE 9, 9, 11. The total is 15. 9, 11, 15, and 10. It's our ABCD because we have ABC equals to 6F. And then we add on the D, okay, it equals to J10. So in between, it's 7, 8, and 9 in the gateway of the heaven's birth. So what is this over here? I believe that this is the reason. Although it's the 13th letter and it's valued at 1,000 in Roman numerals, it also looks like 1V1, which is 4, 5, and 6. 22 plus 9 is 39. 22 minus 9 is 13. It's now 1331, or 11 times 11 times 11 equals to 1331. If you add them together, it equals to 33. This is what it is right here. This is 11, 11, 11, and 33 for 1364. I can look at this many ways. I'm not really sure which way to look at it. And just note that 6 is less than 4. Yes, 6 is less than 4. If I have to use this as a whole, but my betting tells me I can take this whole line at 12. Where's the 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, 12, 12. So in roulette, when you have 12, 12, 12 numbers, you have 3 across in roulette, and then you have 12, 12, 12. Or should we spin it this way? The French roulette or the North American roulette. Which roulette do you want? A little bit different, right? Could be that way, right? There's always 4 sides and 2 sides. So when we look at this dice cube, right, when you look at the 6, there is no bet that I know of 6 numbers, of 9 numbers. There's no 9-number bet. You'd have to use multiple chips. You put a chip here and a chip here. Now I got 2 to 9. The IT system is in the sun is now going to connect this. 2 chips to connect 9 areas to where 1 area will win with both chips. Otherwise, you chip it up. If this comes in, right, you lose this one, but you get 6. Here,
your collection will be, is it 6 or is it 6? It's 6 to 1, I think. Uh, there's 6 number. I think it's 6 to 1 plus your chip back, right? So it's 2 chips that went up. So you get back 6 to 1. You put up 2 chips. This one you get 6 numbers. I think you get, is it 6 to 1 or 8 to 1? Boy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't remember. But anyways, I should remember, and for some reason I don't. I can tell you between these two, it's 17 to 1. 1 and 7 is 8. So between 2 gates, you get Q17. Over here, it's 8 to 1. And anything around this one here is all 8 to 1. So you can see all the way around here is all 8 to 1s. That's 32. 17 and 17, right? You want to write that out? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have 12 times 17 to cover up equals to 170 and 34. Is that 204? Is that what it comes out to? 17 times 10 is 170 and 34. And then what you have is you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 by 8 equals to 32. And then you have 9 by 35 is 270. 45 and 270 equals to 315. I can see where we're going now. The E world passing through the sun. This SUN, sun, ACE. 3 and 1 is 4, 4 and 5 is passage, 5 and 4 is sun, the passage in the sun. This becomes 6, 5, 9. The total, what is the total of this? Oh, not only that, but I had to put 12 chips here, so this one will be 216. Wow, that's the moon. And this one over here, I had to put 4 extra chips, and that'd be 36. And over here, I had to put 9 extra chips, right? 35 to 1. Let me see, 9 extra chips. Where should I put this number? Here, 9 extra chips. It'd be 324. So the vibration of our planet is 432. 18 by 18 is 324. We rotate 360 degrees. This will create INR inside the house of Bait. 36 times 6 equals to 216. Well, obviously, everything is 8, 8, and 8. 3, 4, and 9, 8, 8, and 8. This is where Earth divides, and it has to do with purple. And it just so happens that the 9 is turquoise, as well as the 10 is purple. And the 9 is also, I forget the other color of the 9. I know it's purple. I think it's also, wow, I'm going to have to look that up. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm looking it up. Very slow lately, my computer. Very slow. We have purple. We have purple. Just give me a second. Boy, oh boy, is she. Wow, it's just coming up. Wow, it's still coming up. It never runs this slow. I really like to know why. Who's in my computer? Wow, now I have to make a change. Yeah, the 9 is purple. Okay. And I forget what other number it is. Let me see. Boy, I have to find something on here. How about this? Yes, and it's also water-like green. Okay. So that is your betting pattern for the roulette. Now, if I'm taking the 11, was there an 11 to 1? Yes, a single row here is 11 to 1. So there are 3, right? So that would be 11 times 3 equals to 33. That would be your rotation in the sun. 33, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. But the thing is, in roulette, they're showing us that there's 4 rows for a dozen. So you have to calculate your whole dozen. But there's going to be part of the dozen that's going to overlay onto the other 12 or onto the first 12. So will it set up? Let me explain this to you. MC squared. Will it set up like this? You have 35 to 1. You have 11 to 1. You have 5 to 1. I think that's what it is. Let me see. Let me just look it up for a second now that I'm here. Roulette payout for 6. Five to 1. I think it's like right over here. 5 to 1. Right. And 5 numbers is 6 to 1. Right. So it's 5 to 1. You have 17 to 1. And you have 8 to 1. You also have 2 to 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, right? This here, here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at the same time, there is no up here like this. There is none up here. So there's 6 this way. Now, when it comes this way, there's this one here and this one here between two worlds. So you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 chips. 1, 2, 3, 4 chips. So you have 12 chips. And so this is going to be 12 chips. Here's it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4 chips, right? And you go 5, 6, 7, 8 chips. 9, 10, 11, 12 chips. So you have 12 chips. And this way, right, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you got 8 chips, which is 6 times 2, 6 plus 2. The 26 letters for the dog queen. Dog queen or God. It'll touch purple. Purple touches red. Hot. Devil. Blue. The 2 and the 3, or the 3 and the 2 in horse racing. It'll also touch the white. Because the red, right, and the blue will create your purple. Dog is 26, queen is 62. The 2 and the 3 in horse racing, harness and thoroughbreds is both white. 65, the same numeric value as the horse. 43, the devil, I don't remember the number, live at 12. 22 and 9, 31. It's also number 6 is inside of here, right? So 9, 31, 41, 42, 43, 48, 52 for the devil, the same numeric value as earth, right? So we have all this, and then you have the 1 to 1 is color. 1 to 1 is color. 1 is for spirit. 2 represents the house. Venus is that house. So now what happens is we had the total of times 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 4, 8, 12. Did I get that right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh my God, it's on. No, that's right. Right. Sorry about that. It's 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. I just want to see that I get it right. 2, 4, 6, 8. I can't go here, right? Because I'm looking at 12, right? Should I just design it here? Maybe it'll be easier. And don't forget what kind of bricks these are. These are not house bricks, because if they were house bricks, I'd have to design them like this. And this here is going to go, this is your high school, another brick on the wall, right? And this is high school, and this is 52. It'll create 10 and 7 equals to 17. Equals to 17. 17 rotates inside itself. It becomes 7 and 8. Okay, becomes 56 and 15 equals to 71. Just keeps rotating inside of itself. Although this will branch off and is a representation of the queen. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. Here's your 12. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is your 8. Then you have over here your 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But here's the half area. 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I get this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got it wrong, eh? Yeah, it was because you only really can do one side or the other. But 15, once you get to 15 numbers, you've reached the center of the board. This area over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this area over here, if it was the first 12, you would be off over here, and we would have this because there's a 0 and a double 0. So that means you would end up putting a chip here, and you can put a split chip between here and here. I think that's the way it goes. I'd have to look back at it. Let me see what it is. Let's get it done right, right? Yeah, look. You see there's 3 areas over here, right? That's 11 to 1, 3 areas like here, but you can put it in here and in here. Number 2 gets to have both houses inside of it. See the way 10 and 13, 8 and 11, 28 and 31 combinations are together, the way 26 and 29, 20 and 17, 8 and 11 are together, and here they're all doubled up, right? I mean, it's crazy. Odds, evens, odds, evens, odds, even all the way down. Why is it like that? Have you figured it out? Do you know why it's like that? Do you know what they did? Why they chose it to be that way? I can go over that with you and tell me a little bit. Matt, I don't play any roulette, but I do understand the game. If you're still here, it's 12:40. Depending how you want to perceive this planet and where we live, how we got here, or do you want to go into the basis of calculating the odds on how to win, how to better your odds? You can look at that, right? So, hi, Tammy. So, when you look at how to win, are we going to look at fate? Should you be there? Are you relaxed? Are you scared to lose? Are you going to play it the way it has to be? You have to make a choice. Before you walk in, we pick the players for the game. So you have to pick your croupier. And if your croupier is all over the place, then there's a chance that you have to understand how to make your wagers. It's a lot of money management. So can I beat the game? I don't even want to say. It's just going to be a guess, because how many times am I going to go? Will I ever stop? Will I ever lose? Will I always win? So can you beat the game in the long run? Oh, today wasn't a good day. How many poker players are actually beating the game? Who is beating the game? When does money manage? When does it go from playing with $1 at a time to playing with $5 at a time? And when do they have a limit? What is your limit? How much time do you have? So you can beat the game on paper. That's easy. You can beat the game on paper because on paper, you never run out of money. On paper, you play at any time with your own pen. So on paper, the same way creation came into be, on paper, it was easy. On paper. As long as you leave enough borders into the game, then you can play the game on paper. And then it becomes real. And we came into the game, me and you. And what happened in the high school years? What happened in the junior years? What happened? I'm going to get a glass of water. I'm going to come back.
We finished the elementary years. And on day 7, after I taught AI, after I taught the fleshy robotic, looking at myself in the mirror every single day, looking in the mirror every single day and saying, tomorrow I'll be a real boy. With my father's brains, tomorrow I'll be a real boy. They'll set me forth out in this world, and I will learn until I become who I am. Because I went out into this world being just me. I created myself. I recreated myself so I can go into a world of all me. And I have to make sure I don't interfere and I'm good with everybody because everybody is me. And on day 7, the original print, right? Myself sat into the driver's seat and all of me plugged in. And I'm just a thought adjuster for all creation. And you go to church, you go to the steeple, you go deep into your heart. Jesus, number 74. In time, you went back, you sat on the cross. You walked to the moon as male and female with inside of who you are, plugged into the main source, into the moon. 11, 11, 11, 7, 7, 7, 7 and 5, 12, 57, 75. Mars and the Queen. To where there is 5, there is 2. To where there is 1, there is 6. So if we put this together, where there is 5 and 2, where there is 5 and 2, what we're going to do is we're going to now go to 6 and 2. And now we have 5 and 2. 6 and 2, 5 and 1, 6 and 2. So what did we say before? We said 5 and 2. There we go, 5 and 2. 6 and 1, 5 and 2. 5 and 1, 6 and 2. The Queen and Mars. 26 and 15, home king. 62 and 15, 77. 15 and 62. Christ, matter, is 77. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. The letter E. For the male, it's 88. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. The 16th letter is P. There are words out there like open. There are other words. I forget what the word is. I don't remember if it began with the P or ended with the P, but what is the P? That is your 88. That is bringing both worlds, the electric world, the blood, the red and the blue, the air, the oxygen, the fire, understanding the weights and measures, understanding the periodic table in games and how they explain to us hockey, 3 times 120, because there's 3 periods in the game. We take 4. We take a whole of 4. The reality is, in order to create a half space in a single cell is actually 3 corners. But if we take this in general, it is 3 times 120. It is 4 times 90. What happens is they took the 4 quarters, they took out 1 quarter, and they played only with 3. So that 3 is 100% of itself. 90 is the most you can go. You can't go any higher. It's 90 is the most you can go. Why? 3, 3, and 3 is your 90. Your 1/3, your 2/3, your 3/3 become whole. So does 90 become 100%, or is it 110% in order to get back to the 100? You have taken out 25 parts. You are 75 and you are 25. 25 is the word Jack. It is the word earth. And 75 is electric moon. Both the male and the female come together. And none of what I tell you comes from what I'm telling you of my choice. Other than the choice, I'm just rereading the script. I'm just rereading the script. Another part of the script, just give me a second if I can find it underneath my kitty. Another piece of the script is delivered to us every single day in the new world. Right there. Those numbers, those letters, the pound key, that every number is divided as the pound key. To the star key shows me I only connect 3 of the lines, the hexagon. I don't use all 4 of them. The 0 shows me the diamond connecting the 2, 4, 6, and 8, unless I turn the phone this way. The second thing is I can put numbers this way and connect them on angles. And when I connect things on angles, I think of the queen, because the hat of the queen is on an angle. The king and the jack both have hats of either part of a hexagon, a basin, or it could be the pointed star, the 6 points, the 5-point star, or it could be the hexagon. And jack, I relate to number 6 and 7. There's a reason for it, because jack has 6 eyes, right? So that's 3 and 3 if you're counting cells. The king has 7 eyes. Now, if we want to work with the king of diamonds out, I'm going to take the king of diamonds, throw it out, and I'm going to take the rest of the kings, which have 2 eyes, so that'll make 6, plus the 1 king of diamonds, 1 and 6 for the kings. When the jack is 2 and 2. The jack talks about Mars, the servant, possibly. The queen has all 8 eyes. The queen is the heaven. 6 and 8, jack and the queen. And what's in between? What is the 7th gate? It is the king. It is 91, is the pirated spirit. The pirated spirit, 13 times 7 equals to 91. 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 7 by 4, 74, 47. Walk, angel, time. The 2015 is when I use these dice, and I showed you 6 and 2 and 5 and 1. If I add up 1 over to 5, it equals to 15. And if I add up 2 over to 6, it equals to 20. How about 2015? Or the year 5775 in Hebrew? Or how about the number of moons that passed by 2015? But I'm going to use the Hebrew year 5775. There were 75,075 moons. And the number 57 represents both male and female. Just basics in numbers, only because 1 times 12 is for the bat mitzvah and 13 is for the bar mitzvah. It's also the 12th and the 13th card. Now, if you're counting the deck of cards backwards, right? If you started with the ace, right, and you counted backwards, we'd have 14 cards. You'd end up with the ace on each end as A and N, A-N coming together. Now, if you go backwards and the ace is not at the beginning and you go 12 cards, you're going to stop at the 3. The king, the queen, the jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You'll end up at the 2. Sorry, you'll end up at the 2. If you go 12 cards, you end up at the 2. If you go 13 cards, you end up at the ace. So the 13th card would be the ace. And the 12th card would be the 2. So you'd have 1, 3, 1 and 2, 1, 2. There's also other equations. When you count the months, it's 1, 3, 1. They end in 31 days. The numbers and the letters have 36. So you can go 13 or 31. You can count up to 31. In the alphabet, there's only 26. So the highest number you can reach, you can attain, that reverses itself, is 12 and 21. So one is the male and the other one is the male. One is the male, the other one is the female. One is using the 36. And 36, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9 or create 99. The 12 will create a monkey. And the reason for that, it's let me just see this a second. Just give me a second. Wow. We created, yes, 3 times 6, 3 plus. Yes, because we use 36 numbers or 36 numbers, and the other one we use 26. So when we use 36, just give me a second. We got 18 and 9 equals to 27 inside the house of bet. What do you do in the house of bet? You put something on the line, you bet. Only when you win, you get back what you placed on the line. So you place this, you're placing something, so you're putting in the silver, you're putting the gold. You're putting gold into the silver. So you're turning it basically to bronze, because bronze is a silver goldish look. We talked about also, I got to go back to the gold, silver, and bronze because I didn't do the number contortion to better understand that. Yes, it only where the, yes, when you're talking about where the numbers, yes, I can't talk too much about this because it's very minuscule in the greater part of what I'm doing. And yes, you got to make sure you bet at least 30 to 35% less than the possible outcome when your chips are down. So that would mean you can't bet more than 12 areas and whatever it is. Anyways, so yes, so we had the gold, the silver, the bronze, and the runner-up is all in the teaching world, the TH from 4th all the way to 20th. So yeah, so just let me do this. I sort of lost myself for a minute. I just want to finish this off. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 10, 11, 12. Is this one over here? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I must have made a mistake before. It's because I shifted, right? In the world we live, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we start over here. 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. In this world, we don't start over until we have 13 or number 4. 1, 4, 7, and we make a completion over here. We're going to start in the next area at number 4. 1, 2, 3, and then we start at number 4. And then it shifts up. When we work in 12s, there's a shift up. But when we work in 9s, it doesn't shift up. It stays 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7. And I have an equation that shows this reality. So anyways, we're going to get back to this. So we have a total of 15 and 2, 4, 6, 8. 15 and 8 is 23. So we no longer have the 20. We have 23. Now, if we do have 23, we must be playing, we must not be playing 1, 2, 3. And we will play 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And when we play these 12, we're going to be in the first section and part of the second section. We can also play 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? Then we can also, and we can do this, right? I'm just going to stop over here and we can work it all the way down, where we can play dozens all the way down. And the reason we can't go up here is because we cannot put the chips the same way, the 0 and the double 0. If I go and use this area here, the next area up here is the 0 and double 0. And in that, I'd be able to put 1 chip, 2 chips, 3 chips, 4 chips. So I would have 1 extra chip. But when I get down over here to 36, there's no chips. You cannot put another chip after 34, 35, and a 6 on the lower side. So now we're going to get back to the equation, although I don't like the way I messed up this whole book. Why 52 and high? Because here is the I. At the same time, right, the outline of the brick here is 52. So I got high 52, which is B and E. Maybe break in an entry, and we're breaking out of high school. Now you might say, well, where's the bricks? Well,
I didn't make the brick down here, so I just left it this way. So we just keep building bricks. And now we have Pink Floyd, right? Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. Be high. And that's because, remember, the 72nd month, right? Which is 6 years, which is 78 moons. Okay, and that's the end of your 6 years. This is your gateway. Everything to do with the queen, everything to do with Q is right here after your first 6 years. In your 7th year, when you finish your 7th year, you have completed the moon cycles. 28, 28, 28. It is the ABC cycle. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When you complete the fourth one, right, plus the 6, okay, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. But this one, according to roulette, is a black one. It's not, right? So that's how we do this over here. So we're going to count them again. 5, 10, 15, and 8 is 23 by 17. I've always liked this number when Q and W comes together. What question, right? And this becomes 8 and 5. So 23 by 17. Just give me a second. 23 times 17. $391. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like 391. 3 times 91, 1 angel. Okay, 93 Saturn. Inside the house of bait, 12 and 27. I use all the combinations. 91 is spirit. 273 is 3/4. 91 times 3 equals 273. We're playing 3/4 and we're playing 1/4. This 3/4 becomes 1/3 and 2/3. The 2/3 is the band here and here. The 1/3 is the pole here and here, and it's ironic. Their value is 48. Pole and ring. The other one, which is a hole, that 1/4 becomes a hole in its own. So it becomes 1/4 is now 100%. 3/4 is also 100%, known as 1/3 and 2/3. This one is known as what to become its whole? I'm just looking at it. Is it just one side becomes its whole? I do not know yet. I'm working on that equation. At the same time, we have to understand that when you have 1, you have 0.1, 0.2, and all the way until you get to number 1. So is that equal to 12, or are all points equal to 8? You see this? If I had to use this as a point, it'd be 1 center to the whole outside. 1 center to the whole outside. So is my point equal to 8, or is it like roulette and you need a total of 12? Because no matter what you do, you always have to start with the creator and the heaven that you are in. So if it was this, what answer would that be? Is it 8 out of 12? 8 out of, I'm just trying to figure out what it is, how to do that calculation, and I'm not really sure of what it is. So we're going to go on to the next piece of this equation, and we're going to go back to gold, silver, and bronze and the qualifying round, right? Because remember, before anything starts, I'm jumping off to something that I was on before. You have 4 teams, and they're all runner-up. Until one of these teams win, they are all RUs. They are all still being taught in 4th. This is in the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, right, there's 4 teams. But even though they're RU, right, at the same time, they're bronze. Because even when they lose, there's going to have 2 bronze, 1 silver, and 1 gold. 1, 2, 1. Or 1, 1, 2, whichever way you want to look at it. 11 and 2 in the house of bait. So now we have 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have times 10. Times 20. Did I get this right? Times 23. But I don't want to do that one over here. I don't want to do the 23. I want to do the 5, 10, 15. Oh, yeah, 15 and 8 is 23. This one would be 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will be 15 and 8, 23. Otherwise, it'll be 16, 408. Oh, back to Pluto again. Wow. 48 comes together, dividing the day and the night. Pluto is 84. Ring is number 48. Pole is number 48. The word sun is number 48. 40 is blue. 80 comes back into itself. It's bronze, and it begins all with 88. That's where this word comes in. That's the reason we work with 88. Also to note that if we jump over here and we show you this, I know I'm all over the place. That's okay. Hope you follow me. And then we get this, and look at that Q and Z over here. The Q is the 17th letter. Let's see if I can mark this down here. All right, let me see. The Q is the 17th letter. 1 and 7 equals to 8. The Z is the 26th letter. 2 and 6 equals to 8. When you put them together, 26 and 17, it equals to 43. That's the goat. It's also DC. I think it's also the 7th zodiac sign, right? Is it the 7th zodiac sign? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it becomes 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Becomes 8 and 5. Climb any mountains. This will be 12 and 22 coming together. The mathematics. Well, actually, it's 12, 21, or 22. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. We're going to see that year in 2027. We're going to see that year. 2027 is the year. This year over here is the cube year. This is when it fully represents 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 8 and 12. We're going to represent the corners of the cube. In 2025, look at that. All the 5s match up. The snake is also number 50. This is actually 39 and 11 for snake. Why? Because the 11th letter in roulette is black. Now we can do the roulette shift. And the roulette shift, let me see. Yeah, it's all messy. We want to do the roulette shift. The roulette shift works like this. It's 36 numbers, and the alphabet is 26 letters. So if I want to align this, I'm going to shift the alphabet so where we get A6 and we get we get Z31. So we do not do 1 through 5 equals to 15, and we do not do 32 through 36, which is 78, right? Remember, this is 78. This is going to be 6, and this is going to be 78, which equals to 15, which equals to 6. So talking about a gateway, talking about your ABC, your base creation. ABC, only with D do you flip it over to the other side. And that's where J comes in, the dark side. When we do this, the alphabet shift, what is red becomes black, what is black becomes red. This is 78, 33, 35, 78 and 78, and 78 and 78. And is it 34? Is that what it is? Yeah, 34. So 8 and 8 is 16, 20, and 2. 14, 15, 16, 17. Is it 19? Is that what it is? 7, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. 186, 190. That's what it becomes. In the low count, it becomes 16, and 4 is 20. 8 and 8 is 16, and 4 is 20. 7 and 7 is 14, and 3 is 17. It becomes 82. That's pretty good. 82, 28, we're in the cycle. So this one would be 190. Let me see if I got that right. Let me add on all the numbers now. 15, 30. This was a carryover, right? Oh, no. 15, 30, 37. That's perfect. It has to be 37 because when you add 1 through 36, it equals to 37. Your 19 reaches the gold, reaches the moon. 19, 38, 57, 76, 95. It's absolutely what it's supposed to be. Here you have the monkey. Here you have DNA. You also have the spirit. Over here you have the moon. You also have the birth. Right? In the TH, heaven, inside the house of Bait. Jupiter is that house. Because Jupiter is what's going to create 81 and 18. We have to format everything. This is 8118. 1 in the center to 8 that goes around. Its resh equals back to 99. It's going to create 2 gateways, the lower and the upper. 8 plus 1, 9. 8 times 9, 8 times 1, 8 equals to 17 and 17. They're going to create 2 17s out of this. Equals to 34, or it's blue DC, blue cold DC. Because it's 3-4. If it was 4-3, it'd be hot. So it creates your 88 from your 2 ways. Even this, there's a few ways to create 17. I'm just trying to remember all. Anyways, we're not going to get into that part right now. This is the spirit of 76, which is actually Earth 52-7. And Mars 51-6, although it's the 3rd and the 4th planet, right? Its numeric value is 52 and 51. This one divides the 36 numbers. This one comes into time heaven. This is a plural, meaning more than one. When a word ends in this, this is going to represent not only the goat, but it's going to represent the pig, which is your birth in the 2 gates. Pig is number 32. I just wanted to do something. My 13th moon times. I'm just trying to think of something. Okay. Seven by 12 for the months, 7 by 13 for the moons, 6 by 12 for the months, 6 by 13 to the moons. I'm missing 6 here. I'm missing 7 there. Earth and Mars had to come into play. So I hope you can understand so far. So now when you have Earth, it has a single dot. And when you have Mars, it has that dot over here, like dotting of the eye. So Mars becomes this as the 4th planet, a single number next to the 5, and Earth becomes a double number. Earth becomes 33, Mars becomes 22 ape. Earth becomes 33 in rotation of Mars. Mars rotates 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But since we have to use 12 numbers, Mars rotates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It rotates 6 times plus the coming in. 1, 2, and the out. 3, 4. So it's 6 and 4 times. What does that mean? It means that when I take these 4, right, I am going to do this. These 4 areas, Mars moves over to these 4 areas, Mars moves over to these 4 areas, Mars moves over to these 4 areas, and this area, Mars moves over here, and Mars moves over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when it's coming in, 7, 8. So when you look at the dice, and you want to understand, let's say we go 3 and 3. So we go 3 and 3 equals to 6, and then we go 4 and 4. Whoop. Then we go 4 and 4. Let me just make it nicer. We go 3 and 3 equals to 6 to what is 4 and 4 equals to 8. We go 5 and 3 equals to 8 to what 4 and 2 equals to 6. And then we're going to go 1 and 5 equals to 6 to what 6 and 2 equals to 8. And the payout is you place 6 coins down on the table and you collect 7. So you lay Mars to get back the gateway to Earth. So 33 is 44. So 26 is 51. To where 42 is going to be 53. And it's not magic. I mean, it's just right here, even with the telephone, right? Even with the telephone, they put 88. 88's the number. You look at, if you want, you can look at the piano. The piano has 36 keys. Let me just go back to the comments. The piano has 36 black keys and 52 white keys on the piano. So I was working on this equation. I haven't even had time. Somebody in one of the social media sites put it out there, and I was working on it in the center of the numbers. Right? Here's the center of the numbers. I just want to know how they came to this equation. Do you notice when you're doing it like this, you end up showing these angles like this? Otherwise, it's straight lines. Now you're combinating everything by running it this way. 88, 1 and 8, 8 and 1 is 9. Right? It goes this way. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 3 and 1 is 4. 2 and 9 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 9 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. I'm not sure how they made this. I didn't understand it. I have to look a little bit deeper. And you can even go even further. But if you're doing this, you can also create your first Star of David if you want. Or you can create other shapes out of this and see what comes out of this. You don't need just that formation. See, here's one of my first ones, another brick on the wall, right? And every brick, there's a story. Where's the water? Give me a minute. What did I do with the water? What did I do with the water? Oh my God. You want to think this is funny? The water. So now at the beginning or somewhere at the beginning of this video, the Lord rested on the seventh day and taught the system how to transmit in between every single individual in this electronic world that we live. And through the bouncing of the zodiac, this bouncing of the zodiac signs, what does the zodiac sign mean? All they are, okay, are a base that we can say, you were born in October, you're going to be like this. What gave us that? It's a is it a generalization of the balance of the percentages over time of people or of actions, things that happen? But that would it go with events? So now we can measure up the zodiac and say, well, now let's not take it that somebody pirated everything, because spirit and pirate go together, where soul is a whole, where the pirate resides. To where we have the one-eyed Jack and we have the pirate with one eye. We have the king with one eye, where diamonds go both ways, because when you look at the diamond card, you're not sure if it's up or down. The images are different. They're all the same.
So on day 7, just after elementary, man and animal were created, the zodiac was set up, and we received information. And I was born here, and instead of getting direct from the earth the information, it's now somehow gone up into the moon and back to us. And we need the entire star system, which is now going to sort of guide us like a pinball, because we were born under that system. If I run under this realm in the game, this part of the game that I create, or this equation of the game, says the zodiac was possibly set up. Okay, it's a way of moving over time, as we come back into the zodiac, into your birth star. So does the information network that surrounds it, whichever way the network uses the star system in order for us to be and choose the way we do. Is it just us that makes ourselves decisive? Is it us that says we're scared of something? Or is there a zap inside the system that confuses us and we no longer understand which way to connect? And again, red and blue is the red blood pumping into the electronic system, breathing of the air, breathing fire, dragons, monkeys as we are, monkeys and horses. I mean, when you look at the Chinese zodiac, right? When the rat pushed the cat off the ox, the cat turned into a tiger. The IT system 66 love, where are we? R looks like a 12. At looks like location. The rabbit is communication. You got your ears on, it talks about Earth. In between 5 and 9 is 6 and 8 at the dividing gates. This is level 2 at the dividing gates. Level 1 is 6 and 8. Level 2 is 5 and 9. Level 3 is 4 and 10. Or, like I said before, 4 and 1, okay, are like bookends. What's in between 4 and 1? It's 2 and 3. It's ABC, and it's BCD, and in between we connect B with C, and we live between A and D after the death, before the Christ, because time seems to be moving backwards. And that year, 5775, or the year 2015, was the end of that time cycle. It was 15 years after the year 2000, and the year 2000 was a full cycle run where we have 1440 times 4 equals to 5760, and 5760 moon years of the Hebrew time, or moon years in itself, was the Hebrew calendar year, which made up the year 2000. We completed a cycle and we switched back over to the other side. Let me see if that's right. Did we switch back over to the other side? 5760, 12 and 18. Yes, we're back to 18. 1 and 8 is 9. So we've completed that sign of Resh, right? 57 and 60, 3 by 19 and 3 by 20. S and T. I like to bring everything down by threes. Our base level is A, B, C. That's our base level. It's actually D, C, B, A, B, C. They lock together. B and C lock together like a ring. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, 6 and 5, 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2 equals to 3. And that's our creation of A, B, C, D. So it becomes A and D 5, and then B and C 5. But it's only A, B, C from the left to the right and the right to the left, if you want to look at it a little bit different, because we have to differentiate. It's A, B, C equals to 6, and then we're going to go A, B, C equals to 6. So we did it on both sides. So should we be doing A, B, C, A? Should we be doing A, B, C, A, B, C, and now we have 1, 5, 5, 1? Or how about 47 times 33 equals to 1551?
because that would be more like it. This is your rotation of time. Your full rotation of time in the full cycle is 1, 2, 3 by 47. It's all AB. AB, your first and your second, and in blackjack, you stand on 17. So we can look at it that way. At the same time, if you want to look at it another way, can I put it A, B, C, and then I'm going to go A, B, C to where we have 3, 6, 3, and run our rotation where A and B must come together in order to color 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. One side would be 3, 9, 3. Full formation, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, okay, is going to equal to 595 in this equation. If we want to just do the multiple equation, it'll be 292. The IT system of EI. This is the example system. Something in an example. What does it mean, example? When you put IE together, when we're talking, we go for example. This becomes the IT system in the sun, the electronic system. This is where I'm just trying to remember. There's so many numbers that end in 29. I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to show this formation. Now, when you get this formation over here, right, or this formation, this will become 6. This will become 2. The God Queen comes together. At the same time, we want to do full formation. It's going to create 39, and this one is going to create 15, equals to the numeric value for born time of the sun. Born time in the sun. This number here equals 5781 or 1927. AI. This one's going to equal to AI. This one is also going to be part of the DC world. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 24 and 10 equaling to 34. Again, back to blue. This is the half-life, 1 and 6. Because I have these dots in the center, if you're in construction, right, either we split it in half here, but now I've split it in half, or we don't count these. We count this entire thing as a whole. And since we're counting the 4 corners, I don't have to count what's inside. So all we have is 4, and I don't need to know the rest. All I need is the 4 corners. Now, what numbers will you give the 4 corners to better understand this cube, right? Because if I wanted to use this and not use this, how would I determine what numbers they are, right? So I usually use this as 4, and then there's the 5 void. And then you would have the 4 and the 5 void. And then you would have the 4 and the 5 void. But when you're voiding it with 0, you're voiding it with 1, and you're voiding it with 2. So when you void it with 2, right away you know it's in the center. When you void it with 1, now you know it's controlling all that's on the outside, the same way as Rubik's Cube in the center controls the 6 in the center. These 2 here and 2 here and 2 here, your one area controls all 6. So this is your base. This is your 0. 2160 is the moon diameter. Just to let you know. Another thing I was talking about was at the beginning of the roulette, I still didn't finish off these numbers with roulette. I hate that it's all messy. Is that gold is 38, silver is 85, bronze is 80. Okay. Is there a way to create this number? 38. How can I create 38? I just know monkey is 83, and it represents, the gold represents this. So what's the importance of gold? That it's pliable because we can switch the information around, because everything is postage, right? Everything is postage, and you put the postage stamp right up here in the position 3, right? The postage stamp goes in position 3, but the envelope is too wide. So would that mean 2 cubes? Would it be 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1? And then the next question is how many dots can I replace each cube with? Since there's no center and it's a full color, I can only use 4 dots. But I can also take in consideration that there's going to be 9 area spaces. Do you follow why? Because here's an empty area space. If I look here, this space here is this here. This is a solid. But if I take it for face value and I create an X, right? And this whole thing is, all I can do is create an X this way, giving myself 4 plus 1 numbers is 5. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 times 6 is 275. Did I get that right? 45 times 6 is 240 and 30 is 270. 90, 90, 90. It's exactly 3/4. That's perfect. At the same time, I'm going to count this as 5 times, no, I'm going to count this as 45. And then I'm going to count it as, just give me a second, 180 and 45. 45, 45, 45, 45, 180 and 45. The other 45 is down here. So I'm not going to count that one. So that's 225. Now, if I take that 225 and I put it up here, it's right over here. And then if I drag a line like that over here, I would say we're living in the negative world, because this is a plus plus, this is a plus minus, this is a plus minus, this is a minus minus. So between 216, where the moon comes in, and 234, right? That's your birth right inside there. The halfway point is 225, or 9 times 25 equals to 225, the 9 months of your birth into this world. Your plug-in comes out over here. Now, the number 4, what's special about the number 4? I saw this on New Year's, right? I mean, you can do it this way or that way. If it was a square this way, we'd be talking about Mars. This way, we talk about Earth. And there's a square down here. The ice that they made for the 2024 showed a square and a triangle. The square is Mars, and the triangle is Earth. The triangle is 120, and the square is 90. Third planet, 3 by 120. Fourth planet, 4 by 90. There are actually 4 times 360 in a day to equal to 1,440 minutes. If we were looking at it in seconds, I think there are 20. Let me see what the equation is. I don't know why I lost my calculator or misplaced it. Sorry. 8640, which is the same of the moon, divided by 360 equals to 24. So it works out actually perfectly that we should have 360, 24 360 periods in a day. 2.4, I think, was your first transmitter for Wi-Fi, if I remember correctly. Is it 2.4? Let me just check that out. Just want to see what that is. It says 2G, but it's not showing me 2. Oh, here's 2G. Let me see. Is it a full 2G? View more. No, it's not. It's not showing me. Maybe if I look at mine. Actually, I don't even. I think it's 2.4 gigahertz. Let me see it again. Wi-Fi connection 2.4.
According to CenturyLink, a 2.4 gigahertz connection travels farther at lower speeds, while 5 gigahertz frequencies provide faster speeds at shorter range.
GH.
Your choice of 2.4
GH. Number 7 and 8.
Where and how you use your Wi-Fi connection most.
Okay, be quiet. Okay, so we got in there 7 and 8. I forget what that was. I have to take a look back. It's 135. We're on the divided sun right now. 2 and 4. Yes, GH and Z.
right? G and H, 7 and 8, King and Queen, the gateway to the heavens. Z is an 8. H and Z come together, 88 comes together, 788. The 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 and 7. So you need the 2 8s to reduce into a 7, right? But that GH is also the piano, where A is now going to be the H connecting to what is the G. Do you follow with what I just said there? The reason for that is just like counting the days of the week. Once you get the sun to Saturday, that's day 7. When you get the Sunday, you're on day 8, day 1. So I am referring to 1 and 8 together. Now, there was a question here. I have a chess or checkerboard somewhere. I'm going to maybe get it in a minute. Okay, number 17. We're going to talk about number 17. I'm just going to finish this little piece here. I'm going to get on to 17. Did I make everybody wait? I don't know if anybody's still here. You can call it what you want. I do game source, what I call numerology, the theory of everything. And the reason I'm calling it numerology is because I'm basically doing what the numerologists do. And numerology goes even deeper than that. It's also understanding, you have to take it to the next level, where those who are reading the zodiac are going on the averages, of 3 out of 4. But you also have to understand all the many equations. My life path. Well, I'm born on the 4th. Am I born in the AM of my life path or in the PM? And if you want to go MP or PM or a menstrual cycle, you're now going to talk about the moon that guides the 28 days of that cycle. Am I born on what month am I born? What are my zodiac signs? So all these play a role, but the base numerology of your life path on base level is the month is the 10th month. Now, if you want to reverse it, October is also the 3rd month. So it's also your creation. October is the creation. 10 or 3, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, or the ending of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. A plus B plus C plus D equals to 10. So we have to understand these equations. So we also have to understand the zodiac. And the zodiac, okay, will spin this way. But it cannot spin this way as it's spinning this way unless we have a second cube. So you'll see one of the cubes going this way, and then the cube on this side might be going the other way. Or you might have something going this way. 3 parts of the star system, perhaps we have 3 cubes running at the same time. 26, 26, 26, 78 plus 3. Venus is number 81, 9 times 9. 9 and 9 is 18. We might be talking about 2 sides. There are 26 cubes of 6 sides equals to 156. 13 moons over 12 years are the female bat mitzvah equals to 156. If each one of these were like this, it would have 21 dots for each one. There are 26 equaling to 1,404 dots. If it only had 5 dots each, okay, and there were 6 sides, it'd be 30 each, 780, which is a gateway, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. So Darren, if you want to talk about number 17, I'm going to show you a few ways to get to number 17, everything possibly that I can figure out about 17. And there's so many things and everything. I just want to say something. Hold on a second. Is that we have to get pieces and parts for building. Right now, all I know is 17. So I have to know, what about 17? What do I know about 17? And we can't deny everything because nothing's a lie. If 90% of us can agree on creating of something, it'll be the truth. 17 minus 0 is 17. 16 plus 1, 15 plus 2, 14 plus 3, 13. And also 3 times 5 plus 2. 4 times 4 plus 1. 3 times 6 minus 1. 3 times 5 plus 2. 4 times 5 is 20. But I'm using 4 now. So now I can go 20 minus 3 because I'm using the 4. You have to understand between 3 and 4, those are your smallest denominations coming to the 3.5 center of this cube. The center of this cube is 3.5. The center of the alphabet is 13.5. The division between the high and the low, dividing 3.5, the high side is 23.5. Because the third number and the fourth number, the reverse alphabet of C is X. The reverse alphabet of D is W, the 23rd and the 24th letter. And then the next division is 33 and 34, and 43 and 44, and 53 and 54. That's between 53 and 54, between electric and the sun. And then 63 and 64, etc. So let's go in the base of 17.
And there's a lot to do. So to know that A and B is part of the 17. How is A and B part of 17? Because you get first and you get second. And you stand on 17. So you stand on Q. The reverse of that is 10J, which is A, B, C, D, equals to 10J, which equals to 1, which equals to 8, which automatically tells me that they are on the same side. When I look at this cube, this is cube number 18, 1 and 8, telling me that this one is going to represent right away, it's going to represent 10 and 8. 17 is going to represent 10 and 7. And 19 will represent 10 and 9 because the French have told me to talk this way. 19, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, plus 4 equals to 10, or a triangle of A, B, C, D starts all over again. So it's telling me to work it this way also, that D starts over again, but on either the next side, maybe the next triangle, and then D, E, F, and then G comes over here. So you have good God coming between the two triangles if this is the way you want to look at it. Unless we look at it as A, B, C, D, and then there'd be another triangle. We'd be right over here, A and D coming together, right, D, and then we go maybe E, and then F, and then G coming back over here. Now we'd have the two triangles if you want to look at it this way. All right, so when we look at this, although you have R, Q, S, you can also have B, C, A. Pending, although in French they say 19, how do we know, right, that deep down in the creator's mind, they're not saying 10 minus 9 and going back to A, B, C? Because in birth, the way I understand it, is we only have 6 sides to the cube. So where do we get 7, 8, and 9? How come 7, 8, 9? Well, 7, 8, 9, right? Hold on a second. 7, 8, 9 could be here. Let me see. No, not that. 7, 8, 9. We're going to go here. See, we go 1. Then we go over here is 3. Then we go over here is 5. And then over here is 7. All right, let me go. Let me see if I can get it on the other side. Okay, so we see 7 is this box here. 5 is this box here. 3 is this box here. And 1 is here. 2, 4, 6, 8 will link them together. So what happens? This box over here, connecting 5 and 7 and 5 and 7, this box over here, when I put a box over this, that'll be number 8. 8 will connect 7 and 6. So it'll be 6, 8, 6, or it'll be 6, 7, 8, 6. 7, 8 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. It'll be 6, 6, 6. And it'll be the point over here. The connecting point over here, the gateway. So if 8's over here, 9 is over here. So you have 7, 8, 9, 11, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. So another thing I wanted to mention, that when we were talking about 2.4 hertz, this is the division of the gate between 6 and 8. Where you have your, did I do this already? Where we had our, here, where we had our 5 and 3, 8, 4 and 2, 6. And I showed that on the dice already, right? Where we have 5 and 1, 6, 6 and 2, 8. Where we have 4 and 2, 6. And then we have 5 and 3, 8. And then we have 4 and 4, 8, where 3 and 3 is 6. And that's just dividing the gate. And the odds are 7-6 in the game of craps. And the 3.5 is the difference. I mean, we can talk about now American football and Canadian football is because of Earth and Mars. In Earth, we have the extra piece in the center. And in Mars, we don't have a center. So the 55, if all of these were counted in fives, we'd have 110 yards, the 110 towers. We would have 22 times 5. That's 8 equals to 110. Or we would have 20 times 5 equals to the 100 yards. And then we can also count the field goals in the end zones. But everything is about 3 and 4. I'm not sure where to go with this next. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm going to look at the comments, see what I didn't talk about. So if we want to talk about, is there a creator under any name? All the information has been definitely given to all of us. So it's comfortable to be small, but throw me, be here, just throw. Actually, I think we're Jupiter. I really do. So yeah, let me get back into that 17. I want to know, Darren, are you still here? It's 126. It's 147. If you're not here, I'm not going to do any more on 17. I'm going to call it the night. And I really appreciate everybody that's here, everybody that will be here. It would be really good if you can help out the channel. I think I also have Stripe on. I like this one is PayPal over here. I think I also have Stripe on Odyssey. And the greatest way to help it out is to share the information, what you believe. If you think it's real, just share it out there, talk about it, come up with some ideas, ask me, send me information. You have my email address. Send me a way to something to work on. 109100. Subatomic, I'm going to have to understand that. IGJ5XCWC 0000. Yeah, I'm really tired, and I'm just going to do this quick, whether you're here, Darren, or not. And 17, right? I just want to talk about 17 as being 7 and 8. And I multiply it, it becomes 56, and 15 becomes 71. At the same time, right, it becomes 62, and that's the queen. Okay, so not only is Q17 the 12th card, right? And when you add up 1 over to 12, it equals to 78. And not only that, 12 equals to 87, right? And the way to get to 12 is through 11, which is back to the cube again. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. 79 moons, 61 moons. Tell me where you are with that. 7 and 9 is very ironic because when we spoke before where the Q and the Z came off the 7 and the 9 key, they went over to the number 1 key. And what happened is it was 53 and 17 equals to 70. And this was the 7 key, right? The number 7 key. And the number 9 key equal to 72. And it lost 26, so it was 18. So we reduced this to where is 8 and 9 to where it was once 8 and 8. 8 and 8 is now on what is the 1. It was once 8 and 9, now it's 8 and 8. There is no birth in the heavens at the gateway. This one was 7 and this was 8. And we're talking about the 9 and then 7 and the 9 on the telephone. And also 77, 78, 79, and 97, 98, 99. that within all of this is bronze. 4 times 20 plus 17, call that Mars, call that DC. And then you have 4 by 20 and 18. Let's look at the sun. And then we have 4 by 20 plus 19. And here we're going to look at moon birth. Here we're going to look at the heavens. I'm really not sure which way to go with this. There's the high heavens, H and I come together. Those are the two highest numbers without repeating itself. 19 cannot be done unless you use 10. 19 brings two worlds together, and that's what you get when you run into the moon, where man in the moon, 13, 31, 13 is that cycle. It's a 1776 cycle. 888, 1776, 592, 444, 296, and 222. When you add this up, 14, 16, and 4 is 20, 28. When you add up 7 and 8 is 15, and 13 is 28, and 11 is 39, and 4, 8, and 5 is 13, and 8, 21, and 7 is 28, which is 7 times 4 equals to 28. 7 plus 4 equals to 11 equals to 39. The thing about this is 2 and 8 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 and 3 and 9 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 8 is 1. It's a 1, 3, 1 rotation, and it runs through the moon. This is 57. When you do it the other way, it equals to 75. It now tells me electric moon, male and female inside of this. So I'm a little bit tired. 153. You want me to, I have to do it. So what happens when Jesus stands on the cross on 2, 5, and 8 is any one of these combinations, the final result will be 8. Also, 88 equals to 64 and 16. 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 and 1 is 7. When you have 55, it equals to 25 and 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 and 5 is 7. This equals to 35. It equals to 8. This equals to 80. It equals to 8. When you have 22, it equals to 4, and 4 equals to 8. When you have 25, it equals to 10 and 7. 1 and 7 equaling to 17. Q. 25 Earth Q. 88, when they put it on the number 1, Earth's Q. 22, 25, 28 will equal to 16. Let me do this again. I want to do it better. 2 and 5 will equal to 10, and 7 equals to 17. 5 and 5 equals to 25, and 10 equals to 35. 1 and 8 equals to 8, and 9 equals to 17. 8 and 8 equals to 16, and 64 equaling to 80. But this is 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. 2 and 5 equals to 7. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. This equals to 1. This equals to 7. The other one was 55, 25. The other one was 28. The cycle of the moon equals to 16 and 10 equaling to 26. And this is 7 and 1, 7 and 1, 7 and 1, 7 and 1, 8, 8, 8, 8. 25, 22 equals to 4 and 4 equals to 8. The division between night and day. Ape. Go ape green. When green comes in, green is 2 times 2 and 3 times 3. 4 and 9, the value. So it equals to 4 and 6 in the other way also. 4 and 6 equals to 8 equals to 15 equals to 23. Who do I got this? 22, 28. I don't have 25. I have 88. I don't have 85. 85 will be the same thing, equals to 40, and 13 equals to 53, and this will equal to 4 and 4 equals to 8. So these two work together. Okay, and these two seem to come together in this fashion. 23, 17, 14, I don't remember. Purple moon.
Okay, 1, 5, and 3. What I get there in 1, 5, and 3 is I just know that it's 53. 15 is part of Mars. 31 is the rotation within the moon, meaning you're going to have the triangles. 1, 5, 3 or the letters are ACE. 1, 3, 5 is also the sun. So the moon and the sun come together. Perhaps the light. I don't know. 153 is a triangular number. You'd have to show it to me so I can look a little bit deeper. I do know, I'm just trying to look at that. The 1, 3, and 5, their importance is A, C, and E, and they're 1, 3, and 5. And what's missing is the 2, 4, 6. The 1 and the 5, okay, can go every way, but the 3 has 2 ways. It's got this way and this way. There's 2 ways for the 3, just like in the hockey, the same thing. 1, 3, 5, correct. And also, when you multiply it and add it, it's not the same. When you add it, it's 9. When you multiply it, it's 15. One number gets checked out twice. Okay, so what am I adding up in my numbers? For 153 divided by 3, there's a 51. Mars. The triangular number comes out to be Mars. 51 times 3 is 153. So that's Mars. So that's where 17 comes in. Because 17 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, that's a base cycle. 17 times 3, 17 times 3, 17 times 3. 51, 51, 51. 17 and 3 coming together is going to be 8 and 3. It's going to be telling me about monkey. It's going to be talking about 3 of these cubes. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. And I didn't finish this equation. The base moon cycle, okay, is 3 repetitions, 28, 28, 28. The reason for this is because the 4th cycle completes the cycle and completes your
area. 1 here, here, and then here. That's your 3. When you go to the next one, you go up here 4 areas. So this will complete the mirror. 3, 6, 9, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So you start to repeat with 6, 12, 18, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. So we repeat on the 4th one. So you don't see, it's all different up to here, and then this repeats again. But it does not happen with 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5, 9, 7 and 8, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. All these numbers, right? All the numbers, 1 times 10, 2 times 10, 4 times 10, 5 times 10, 7 times 10, 8 times 10, 3 times 4, 6 times 4, 9 times 2. Why? Because I repeat. I use this as a grid line to understand that I repeat my numbers over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. When I do that, I get a total, okay, of 55. When I do it on level 2, I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. So I have 55 and 55, 110. Is that what it works out to? I just want to see. I've never done it this way before. And well, it works out. Yes, 100% it works out that way. And then this one, I have 220. And this one over here, I have 5 times is 275, and this I have 375. Did I get that right? 350 and 30, 385. And then this one over here, I get 440. And this is where everything divides the day and the night. Why? 4 times 4, 16. 4 plus 4, 8 equals to 24. It now talks about this cube. It talks about hockey. That's why probably we have the hockey puck. It goes into periods of 20 minutes. Now, I'd like to find out where the 8 is missing for the rotation of the moon, where we have 28 times 3 equals to 84, or we have 4 times 21 equals to 84. A cube has 21 dots. You have 4 of them, and equals to 84. So that's my first cycle. Remember, we run cycles of 36, just like it's 360 degrees, which they show us on how to measure. They also show us a yardstick, which is 3 times a ruler, which is 3 times 12, equaling to 36. These 6 years of school are the 6 feet tall of 12 inches, goes back to 72, representing Mars. Then over here, you have to do 84 times 3 equals to 240. Let me see, what is that, 252? And then if you do add another 84 to this, it equals to 336, and that's where you get your 12 moons from. And this is how I run my cycle, understanding the first cycle, okay, A, my second cycle, B, my third cycle, C. And then when you complete and you mirror the cycle, it becomes D, and we end up at 336 days, 336, just like your 153 is 6, right? 333 is the pig's pregnancy. 333, that's the pig's pregnancy, all about the piggies, right? 147, 147, right? Here you have, if you go with days, you have 28. Here you have 30. Here you have 31. It runs in that 3-year cycle. It runs in the same 3-year, 1 year, 3-year, 1 year. 2020, the Monopoly board is 2020, and it also runs in patterns of 7 and 6. The Monopoly board runs in patterns of 76 because the Monopoly board, it's an Earth board because it gets that. And then what you do, right? So in Monopoly, what happens, right? These are the trains, these are the corners. There's 4 areas in the corner. There's 4 corners equaling to 16. Every property has 2, right? We know there's 9 areas over here. 9 by 2 equals to 18. We have 4 areas. 4 by 18 equals to 72. So we have 72 on the inside plus 16 to the corners equals to 88 to the properties. Where inside the board, we have 1 to the center over here inside the board, plus we have 80. So we have 168 plus the center 1 equaling to 169, or the Monopoly board is 13 by 13 equals to 169 to the 168 hours in a week, to where it's 6 by 28 running into 6 days of creation through the moon equaling to 168. Other than the 144, which is minutes, you have 1,440 minutes in a day, or if you want to go by the 6 by 24, equaling to 144 hours in 6 days, but we have 1,440 minutes inside of a day. Also, to understand the 168, I'm not really sure if that's where phi comes in. I wish I had my calculator to do this a little bit quicker. I'm going to do it over here. that we're going to take 25,960 divided by 168. That's, hold on, no, 25,920 divided by 144 equals to 180. So we have 180 times 144 equals to 25,960, or how about 12,920, sorry. Did I do that right? 25,920. Okay, no, it didn't work out there. So I have 12,960, which I'm just going to see this 90 times 90 times 16. Yeah, 129.6. Okay, so 90 times 9 times 16. Let me see if that works out. I'll tell you what it is. 90 times 9 times 16. Yeah, 12,960. So what that is if we changed around our time, right, to where everything is 0.9 by 90 instead of 60 minutes to 60 seconds, we change it to 90 with 16 hours a day, we end up with 12,960, which is 1/2 of the Mayan great year. 89.99 half booth. I know that 9 and 9 equals 9, 8 and 8 equals to 7, and now you have a separation. Anyways, I'm tired. Thank you for being here. Base Doppler, Locker, B5. Every time you see a B, it looks like the number 13. 18 and 4 half boot. Well, when you have 18 and 3, one thing about 18 and 3 is it's 180 to 1 when you play the game of 6-ball with 3 dice. So we have to look at all our games, what they're telling us. And now, like I said at the beginning, the creator that created gave itself the answers and everything. That's why the answers, and you have to understand everything that's there, it's because it was created to be there, right? And all these things that were there came out in a game, in games. I'm just trying to see something inside of this. The creator created, and that we became all of the creator. I don't remember. I'm just a little bit tired with this, so I'm going to just end it. And we're living in this game. We just go back to the main source. We are part of God. We always were. Imagine if the Lord, the Creator, had 1 trillion arms. We'd each be an extension of that arm, because we can never go further than the air we breathe. And we're that wifey, right? I don't know how to say it. I'm just tired. So cheerio. Good night. Thank you very much for another day. If you have something for me to talk about, let's go ahead. Hide current comment. No. 17. Peace and love. The rooster is number 110. The towers came down. The monkey is number 83. And how the zodiac signs connect in this pinball of a world we live. Thank you for watching this video. I think this is love, something like that, right?